Hello, I just thought I would do a little traveling video about Czech Republic because we just visited there with my partner this summer. And I thought I would give you a few hints about how it goes in Prague and surroundings of Prague. First of all, I would say that be prepared for hot weather if you're traveling there in the summer. It does remind like South Europe. For me personally, it was almost like South Europe, I would say. It was on a lot of the days it was like plus 36, so it was really hot. So be prepared for that if you do visit there in the summer. Now what we did is that both of us, we had read the book of Dan Brown called The Secret of Secrets. The ones who have read that book, they do know that it's happening, a lot of it is happening in Prague. There were a lot of places that are introduced in that book, and we wanted to visit those. So what we did is we went to the festival called Brutal Assault. That's not in the book, but before that and after that we did hang around in Prague. And so I would like to tell you about few places there. So first of all, public transportation in Prague and in general in Czech Republic is very good. I recommend that you take Google Maps and you put there your location and then where you want to go, and then just choose public transportation for the way how to get there. Google shows you very well how to go from place to another. It shows you the realistic time, how the trams and buses and trains are going, and it works very, very well. Now the trams in Prague, they go pretty much everywhere. One of the places that we visited was a mirror labyrinth, and that's called in Czech language, that would be like Sradlové bludiste, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce that, but a mirror labyrinth, which you can see here on the video, that was very, very cool. What we also visited was this stalactite wall. Dan Brown's book, it was said that there are ghosts, and the church is claiming that there are these bad spirits that it attracts and that it should be put down, and the church has been demanding that for years, that it should be put down. It's kind of like this sculpture of that is made, it's like, it's not natural stalactite cave, but obviously the stalactite structures on it are natural, and then it has been formed into this sort of sculpture. It's a very interesting place. I recommend visiting there, and I'd say also the tram goes there too, and there was also these very nice grapevine gardens around it. It was very beautiful. So one of the places which is very famous in Czech Republic is the Bone Church. And there are rumors that it was built out of the bones who died on Black Death in something like 1400. But actually the church itself is not built out of those bones, but it was, there are these huge piles of skulls and bones that are kind of like piece of art, you could say, a really weird art. But it was not allowed to take pictures there. And we were told when my partner was trying to take a few pictures, they would just come immediately. The security comes like, it's not allowed to take pictures here. So unfortunately, I don't have any pictures to put here out of that wall, but it was worth visiting. One thing I would like to say about that as a hint, if you're going by public transportation, which is what I just recommended, Google Maps will tell you, okay, you can take a train to Kutnahora. Kutnahora is the village where it is, but actually not. Like, we ended up mixing up the trains pretty badly. We thought there was a direct connection and we would just enter the train and we were waiting for the station Kutna-Hora to come, and then we noticed after Kolin station that, oh my god, the train is going on like totally different direction. So what we should have done is we should have gotten up off the train on Kolin station and then change to a bus, to a local bus, and then take that bus to Kutna-Hora's Sedlec of the Bone Church. We were in the train and just looking at Google Maps like, oh my god, now we're getting further and further from where we were supposed to go. And then we got off the train and then we took another train back to Kolin station and then chose the bus. And about the trains there, even though I said public transportation is very good, you should be prepared to that a lot of the ticket selling personnel and the conductors, they don't really speak English, and they don't really have English information in the trains that would be like very clear. It's usually just someone saying something very fast and with weird accent, so you don't be prepared to just really look for the places by yourself. Use a lot of the Google Maps to help you, and even some of the local people didn't really want to speak English in Czech Republic. If I would try to stop someone on the street and just say like, hey, excuse me, do you know where this and that, and then they would just not say anything and turn around and just completely ignore me. So that is something that you should be prepared for in Prague. And especially when you're using the trains, take a good look at the ticket. Where is your stop and where do you need to change the train? That includes also the festival Brutal Assault. Now there is a festival train that our friends took, but because we were hanging around a day longer in Prague, so we took another train, like normal local trains, to the festival area. And even there you're supposed to change the train. So there are not like it was going to the village of Jaromír. That's the closest village where the festival is taking place. And the trains to Jaromír, there are only few connections directly from there to the Prague main station. So also do take these into account. Be prepared for changing the trains and surviving on your own, because you might not find anyone who speaks good English well enough to be clearly explaining to you where do you need to go and so on. So we had a lot of mix-ups and misunderstandings with the trains, but otherwise the public transportation in Prague is very, very good. And I do recommend these very exciting places, what I just told about, the stalactite wall and the mirror labyrinth. And oh yeah, and then also one of the tips, there is a bridge in downtown Prague that has a very high tower, and that bridge is like when you go to that tower, you see pretty far away, and it's very, very beautiful town in general, and a lot of interesting places. We didn't visit the famous library that was mentioned in Dan Brown's book because the library was closed, but that's obviously also worth visiting. And a lot of beautiful churches and castles and everything exciting. So I do recommend visiting in Prague.